I will have
After
to.
that, I gotta really try to save some money because I just built this gaming PC. Spent quite a bit.
Yeah, I have a wedding, so I need to start saving for that. All right, now we can start properly. While I put this up on the Facebooks. Welcome to Party Chat episode 4. I am Matt, and this is Josh, and if you've never listened to Party Chat before or watched Party Chat before, it's just a streaming podcast where Josh and I have a conversation. Doesn't even have to necessarily talk about what you're actually watching, what I'm playing, because he's not playing with me. I'm playing Lego Marvel.
Yeah, I'm doing Iron Banner and Destiny right now because I haven't really done it all week. I played a little on Tuesday, and then I was like, oh yeah, I should probably get on that. I had a really busy week
Oh,
because
good. Good,
this
then
was
that's something to
seriously
talk
like the
about.
worst possible week Iron Banner could have come around. Like, the magazine I'm on entered production, so we're all super busy. And then on top of that, I have like assignments. I have to keep my apartment clean and shit. It's like, this was not the. And then I built a PC this week. I'm like, this is not the week Iron Banner like should be going on, but it is.
It
So,
is.
but I figure I'll be able to do it like Sunday. I don't think I'm doing it. Experience bonus will be so high that like if I just play with Nicole, we should be able to do it in like 2 hours or so. I could probably get all my characters in like 2 hours. So I'm just playing right now because I figured why not. Might as well do it right now.
Yeah, we were
I would
talking.
be playing. Huh?
What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I would be playing Overwatch on my PC right now, but like it's been on all night downloading shit, so I kind of wanted to give it a break. It's been running for like 8 hours, so
You're telling me I
a
can't
little.
fly? You're telling me I can fly, but I can't fly over this fucking hedge maze. That's cool.
No, you can't.
Anyway.
Tony Stark's one
No, this is Jean Grey.
weakness. Hedge. Oh, well, it's somebody's one weakness.
It's everybody who can fly is one weakness, apparently.
Oh
But-
no, a hedge. I didn't hedge my bets, and then they just fly into it. Oh boy.
I got Until Dawn. Well, I didn't get it. Elaine
Didn't you already play it though?
No, remember I was going to for fuck, Extra Life, and
Shit.
I was gonna play it for Extra Life, remember? And when I rented it from Redbox, it was scratched and crashed.
I remember now.
And I was like, well, god damn it, because I thought that would be a really fun. Because I had 11 hours of streaming duty that day.
Oh yeah.
And
You would have been able to finish it.
I thought I'd probably be able to finish that, and if anybody does watch, that would be fun to watch because I've never played it before, and so it'll be, a genuine reaction to everything. And sometimes that's fun. Like I've done that before, like with when Elaine has come over to play games that I've let her try out on my PS3, like with Heavy Rain and BioShock. I was like, "You never played BioShock? Let me show you something." And then
Holy shit.
that was of course. Well, that was many years ago. But I'm saying that like when she she would come over to my house, and I would just sit next to her and watch her play, and just kind of wait, like every time. I mean, spoilers, but every time Atlas would say something, I'd be like, "She doesn't even fucking know. She doesn't know."
She didn't even know. Seriously though, if you haven't played BioShock now, like, drop whatever you're doing, drop your kid, go fucking do it.
Because it's a really great game. Speaking of great games, so did you hear that Capcom is joining the remastered parade?
I thought they were already doing that.
Well, I mean, they're adding Resident Evil.
They brought like Street Fighter 4 to PS4, right?
Did they?
Yeah, like one of the versions, and it was all fucked up and broken.
There's not a whole lot that I really pay attention to.
And then they brought DMC, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You're right. I forget. There's not a whole lot that I follow Capcom for. There's not a whole lot that I follow Capcom for. But one of my favorite franchises, Resident Evil, is being brought over.
Oh, I heard about this. Yeah, they're bringing over all the older Resident Evils.
No,
all the
4, 5, and 6.
Ones that are on PS3.
4, 5, and 6. But they're doing it backwards. The 6 will come out at the end of March, 5 in the summer, and 4 in the fall. And I was like, if I know what I'm spending my money on, I guess. And Lee's like, you don't have to buy that game again. I was like,
you really don't. You really should just stop.
It's one of my favorite games of all time.
So?
Plus, you know what? You know why I want to do that is because I love making videos. I love making videos. And, I remember...
You still have your PS3, you can always pull it out. That's what I'm saying, like, you don't need...
Well, I wanted to make a Resident Evil 4 video a long time ago, when you came over and you forgot the capture box. So...
That's right.
But now, it's easier. Now I can do it without even needing a capture box, and that's okay with me. What is... Oh, okay. So...
Gotcha. Yeah,
There's Stan Lee.
I don't know, man. They're putting BioShock on the... Like, there's a rumor that they're putting all 3 BioShocks in a collection, and I'm like,
I'm
man...
okay with that.
I own BioShock 1, like, 3 times. I don't fucking need it anymore.
These days, I do it for... these days, if I get a remaster version, it's because... I, A, want to get some of the trophies again, and B, I just... I want to make videos out of them. So,
thanks.
And you're so busy. You're so busy that you don't have the time to come over here every time I want to make a video with the capture box. Especially because I don't know how to use the capture box.
We also don't have a. You don't have a PC or whatever.
I don't have a PC. I don't have the technological equipment or know-how to use the capture box.
Dude, you plug it in. That's basically it. It's not that hard. You plug it in, and then you just run the software.
Yeah, I think
people,
the software.
It's funny. Like, I just built a fucking computer, and people think like one of the thing. And by the way, I haven't built a computer since I was like 13 and under the supervision of my father, who'd done it a million times. So like, I didn't remember jack shit, and I still put it together. It took me like 6 hours collectively to put the thing together because everything has to be just right. But it is a very rewarding experience. But I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to computers, have this this fear of failing. And I think that happens. Hey, Barbara, I'm trying to talk about computers.
Talking about computers. Come on.
But I think people in general have a lot of like just fear of failing at things. Nobody wants to fail because then they're like, and I think it's like a.
And then they get to the point where they're like, why even bother? I might fail.
Yeah, it's like, well, they're like, I don't want to like fuck anything up or break anything. But I'm like, yeah, but that's how you learn. Like, that's how you learn.
I think it's also like, if you think about it, it's building a computer, it takes a lot of money. Imagine fucking something up irreparably,
well,
you know?
It doesn't necessarily have to, I mean, yeah, if you want to build a gaming PC like I just did, it costs a lot of money. But if you want to build, like, just a PC, it doesn't cost all that much money, and each of the parts is not, like, breaking the bank expensive, you know? Like my CPU, which I'm replacing because it's not fast enough, but my CPU was like $40, and then like the case was like $35. It's like, you know, it's some of this. I mean, the graphics card's where most of my money went. I spent $350 just on the graphics card because I was like, I want to fucking run everything at its max settings.
Right.
And it does. Overwatch looks fucking amazing on it. The problem is that my CPU's not fast enough, so like... But I have a new one coming today, so when it comes in today, I'm fucking swapping it out. then it's gonna make everything run at like 60 frames per second. It's gonna be amazing. But my point here is that people are afraid to fail at things, and it annoys me because, like, I didn't learn any of the stuff that I'm pretty good at by just like, hey.
All right, she's right. I promised you a stick of cheese. All right, I'll get you one. I forgot about it. That's my bad.
Jeez, she still should scream at you.
She's like, hey, you made a promise, old man. Now you get me that fucking cheese.
But, no, but, like, I didn't learn any of the stuff that I learned, or know, like, website design, or audio editing, or building a computer, or even just changing things by, like, saying, oh, I don't know about any of that stuff. I just did it.
I don't know about all of that.
Yeah, I just, like, jumped in and did it. And of course, for the most part, everything you make in the beginning sucks balls. It's awful. But the thing is, like, you don't get good at it by not doing it. You have to just do it.
I know, but that is my service.
And you have to do it a lot. It's like painting. Like, 5-year-olds don't get up and paint, like, the Mona Lisa.
We get a lot more insecure as we get older.
Yeah. They do finger painting, and then eventually, if they keep painting every fucking day, and then when they're like 40, they'll produce a Mona Lisa because they know the techniques and they've been doing it for so long that it's like second nature. That's just kind of, and then they know all the like minutia and all that. But like, I just go, I get frustrated when people like, especially with computers, just because it's like something. People go like, I don't know where like this setting is, or I don't know where this is, and it's like, well, just look for it. It's like. It's not that hard. I don't know where everything in Windows 10 is. Hell, I don't even know, like, probably 95% of what's in the settings, like, what I can tweak. It's just, like, if I need to find something, I just go looking for it, and like, oh, there it is. It's not like I have to know it all. Like, I feel like that's another... You know what I mean? Do you get what I mean? Like, it's...
Sure.
It's like, it even comes down to playing games too. Like when people don't want to play games because they're like, "Oh, I'm bad at it." It's like I guarantee you, nobody that plays games started off good at it. Everyone was shitty. I remember when I was like 10 or even like 14, how shitty I was at video games, and now I feel like I'm decent.
Decent.
Yeah, like. I feel decent because I look at some people online and they're fucking like, I could never do that shit.
I'm not great at games. I'm not very good. A lot of times I drag people down. You know what I mean? Like when we're in a raid, even when I've kind of got the idea of a raid, I'm like, I'm dragging you guys down because I'm not doing very well in here. But that doesn't stop me from playing because I want to play. And I'll be goddamned if I'm gonna stop.
But the first time I raided, I wasn't good either. That's my point. I was shitty. The only reason I got good at raids is because I've done like 30 of them. And I've done Kingsfall like a ton of times, so I know it. Like, I know everything that needs to be happening at every second. So it's just like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just because I've done it so many times. It's not because I'm like any better or any worse than anyone else. I just know it. I just know what to do.
You and I should probably do I was saying you and I should probably do Crota's End sometime.
Yeah, you can solo it. I've been meaning to try. I've never done it.
I'd like to have a partner to help, especially to help me and cover me so that I don't die, so I can get Flawless Raider.
Oh. Good luck. We did it with 6 people. It took us 2 hours to do it because we...
Yeah, but it would be better than Kingsfall. It would be better than Kingsfall and spending like 8 hours to do it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no one does it in Kingsfall. Everyone does it on Crota. Because it's... I almost did it on Vault of Glass that one time for the No Time to Explain mission. Like, I was running with 6 people who were all trying to do it because we all did it like first week, so... Everybody was doing it. And, we almost made it. We almost fucking got flawless. And what sucks is we got all the way to Atheon. Nobody died on the jumping puzzle. Nobody died during any of the bosses or any oracles. It was brilliant. We were getting through this thing like so fucking fast. We get all the way to Atheon. Guy comes out of the portal with the thing, and we're gonna go do damage. He goes, "Alright, I'm here!" He goes, "Everyone to the middle," and he jumps, and then he like jumped just wrong, and he hit the side of the thing and fell. We're like, God damn it, we were so close. But yeah, like, it's pretty hard. You have to... I'm sure there are people that do it by themselves, but they're like, they've done it a lot, you know? Like, people will solo Crotozan just because.
See, I feel like I would do Crotozan just because it seems like that was pretty much the first raid, right?
It's the second raid.
Well, I mean, you could do the first raid or the second raid, I guess would be fine too, but you could probably do it on hard, and it wouldn't be terribly hard. It would be like, well, you know, this was meant for...
takes longer.
You're just like, it was meant for early, you know, like, beginners. It was meant for beginners, right?
No, it's just, it was meant for the time. Like everything in year one was like on an equal level, basically. So like, if you got to level 30 or whatever, and you did either Crotozan or Vault of Glass, like both of them gave gear that was like good, basically. But then when they hit year 2, they're like, okay, we're gonna up the damage values and the armor values of everything, but all that stuff is not coming with us, basically. So like, the max damage or defense levels you can get for that older content is like 170 or 180, basically, whereas now it's like 320, you know? Because they wanted to, you know, and I think that was a mistake. They should have kept that stuff in, but, and I think they realize that now. But yeah, like, it's hard to explain it to somebody who like hasn't played like World of Warcraft or anything, because this is how it works. Like, when a new raid comes out, the old raid basically becomes obsolete for the most part. People will still run older raids because Blizzard actually does this thing where, like, if a raid is from an older expansion, they'll actually give you a really large buff when you go in by yourself, because they know people like to solo them. So they're like, okay, we know you want to solo this, and this used to be meant for like 25 people.
Storm, are you all right?
But you can go through it again if you want by yourself. Here's like a buff that gives you like 200% more damage, so you have no issues like with the mechanics and stuff.
Right.
And I really like that they do that, but at the same time, I kind of wish like they could keep all that stuff around, because there are raids in WoW that I've never done, and it's like long, you know, 11 years.
Right.
And yeah, it's just like the stuff gets old. Like, nobody does that, because, and it also goes along with the story. Like, I think the WoW raids, even more than the Destiny raids, have a lot of story going on in them. There's like cutscenes and shit, and like if you were to go back and play that older cutscene, you're like, well, the world isn't in that spot yet. It's like if you were reading Batman issue 400 and for some reason you wanted to go back and read Batman issue 300 and feel like it was going to give you something relevant to what was happening now. It's like, no, that already happened. Like, that's over. Like, that has no bearing on what's going on right now.
Right.
The world of Warcraft is interesting in the fact that, like, as the story goes on, the actual world changes. So like, if a city in the story gets bombed and everyone's dead, like, that is the way it is now in the world, and it won't change until it changes in the story. Like they had a whole expansion where the world got like fucked up and changed, and it's never gone back. Like, there are cities that are still like destroyed and shit like 5 years later, and it's like, because that's part of the story. Like, you can't go back to the old Azeroth because it doesn't exist anymore. It's kind of like the point. Destiny's not really like that. I don't even know where we were going. We got on this huge tangent.
Yeah, I was just talking about like I wanted help platinuming it.
I know. But no,
Yeah,
we can do that.
yeah,
I'm just telling you, it's harder than it sounds.
I thought that maybe because it was an earlier one, that's how we got to it. I thought that maybe if because it was an earlier raid that it would be a little bit easier, even on hard.
Oh, it is. It is. It's just there are certain. It's like the jumping puzzle. No matter what level you are, the jumping puzzle still poses problems. You know what I mean? It's like there's stuff in the raid where it's like if you don't do it just perfectly,
right,
that's gonna fuck you up. Especially, at least with Crota, the hardest part is the very beginning, and then after that it gets easier. But the very first part is like you have to, all 6 of you have to run through the dark. It's similar to Golgoroth's maze, except there's these lanterns that you have to follow. And it's like pitch dark, and there's Thrall and exploding Thrall everywhere, and they're coming after you. You basically have to run along these lanterns, but there's also these big holes in the ground that you have to avoid, and they're put in these really fucked up places. So like, you might come over a really tiny hill and be like, yeah, I'm safe, and then all of a sudden you're falling through a hole because you didn't look careful. And like, that's the hardest part, and it lasts a really long time. It lasts like a good 5 to 10 minutes. And, but then after that, it gets a lot easier. And it's shorter, but you can still fuck up. Somebody falls off the edge, it's over, you know? You gotta start over. It's one of those things.
Oof. Yeah. For those not in the know, we're talking about, we're part of the Kinda Funny community. You're not interested in this, but I am, because I still am not jaded about trophies, though that could change very quickly after this month. But the Kinda Funny community is having a trophy war for the month of March, and I actually set my foot inside a GameStop. I bought a few games that I think I can platinum, and I've kind of set myself up to try to do that. Destiny is one of those that I think I can. Oh, okay, that's where I'm going. Destiny is one of those that I think I can platinum, and I'm asking Josh for help. So.
Yeah. Well, you can always, if I'm not around, there's always LFG, where there's, you know, our thread.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, LFG is the only reason I ever even did a raid. Because I got to this point where I was like, I'm not in a clan. This is way before the Fight Clan. I was like, I'm not in a clan. I have no one to play with. And then I realized that there was this thing called, like, Destiny LFG, where you can just, like, find people to play with really quickly to do specific things. And then I was like, you know what? Nicole's out of town. I ordered a fucking sandwich. It's like, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna see, like, what it is, because everybody says the best thing, and I found a group, and I was just like, hey, this is my first time, or whatever. And then 3 hours later, I had done it, and I was like, god damn, that was awesome. But
Lee's gonna be out today, because she's going to this, like, painting thing right after work. So, I think I'm gonna order pizza. He reminded me because you said you ordered a sandwich. I was like, I haven't had pizza in a little while, and I think I'd like some pizza tonight.
I just want some pizza. I just want my CPU to come in. That's probably not gonna come in until like 3 p.m. Dude, I was waiting yesterday like a fucking kid at Christmas. Like, just sitting in front of my door, like, waiting for my graphics card, because it was the last thing to put in my PC. Like, the only thing I could play on my PC yesterday was, like, Darkest Dungeon, which, goddamn, since they've released it, they've added so much shit, and it's gotten so much better. But, and I can't wait till it comes to PS4, because I know a bunch of other people are finally gonna play it and realize how fucking awesome it is. But, I was just waiting. I'm like, where the fuck is this thing? They bring me this giant fucking box. And I open it, giant box, open that box, dude. This fucking graphics card is like, if you took a PS4 and stood it upright and then chopped it down the middle, like, that's how fucking big it is. It's like almost as big as my head. I was like really surprised. It's like, holy fuck. This thing is gigantic. I was even scared. I was like, is this even gonna fit in my computer? It did. But, and then when Nicole came home, I was like, look at this fucking thing! It's like, look how big it is! Like, oh my god. And then, yeah, it runs things like a champ. It's amazing. It's fucking great. I think the graphics card cost me like, $330. And it's because it's like, way higher end, and it's basically twice as much power as I need to run like stuff like The Division. Like The Division only needs like 4 gigs, but I
thought you weren't getting The Division.
How about using that?
So I'm getting it on PC, but here's the thing: I sold all of my Dota and TF2 items because I was like, Overwatch is coming out. I'm never playing TF2 again. Like, that's just a fact, because Overwatch is just way fucking better.
Watch out.
And TF2
And I was like, huh?
Okay. I was figuring by now with TF2 being out, like, Overwatch being out, bread. You can have bread a little later when it's lunchtime.
It's not out yet. It's still in beta.
Well, soon, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sometime it says on June 21st or before. Blizzard's been known to do before, so it could come out any-time in the next 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So that, well, I imagine that people are like, look, I love TF2 and all. Or what now? Like, we don't have any bread. Oh,
You totally broke up. I didn't I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was saying, I imagine after 10 years, people are finally like, well, it's nice to have something new to play.
Yeah. Well, all my TF2 items sold, so.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know, I don't really play Dota 2 that much anymore. I still really love the game, but I just don't think I'm really gonna be playing it. I sold all those items, and I made basically like, I didn't even sell all of them, and I basically made like 55 bucks on my Steam wallet. And Scatterbrain in the Kind of Funny Destiny clan had said that he's getting it on PC. And then my friend Danny, who just built a gaming PC, also said that he's going to get it on PC, so I'm going to play with them. And I basically bought the game for $5. So I was like, even if I hate this game, I only spent $5 on it. So, and also it'll look awesome on my new PC. So, I was like, whatever. Okay. It's $5. It's not that big a deal.
What? I'm getting you cheese. Calm down. Chill out.
I still have like 100 other items on sale in my Steam library.
We've got, I've got a whole stack of games. Gonna see if I can platinum a couple of Mass Effects, maybe L.A. Noire, and Until Dawn, a Lego Batman 3, Lego Marvel. Take it slow, because that's a big old roll over there. And Wolfenstein. I've studied Wolfenstein and the Evil Within's chocolate.
Guides.
I've studied the guides. Evil Within looks a little hard, but Wolfenstein doesn't look impossible.
Really? Because I've heard like the highest difficulties on Wolfenstein are fucking brutal.
That might be tough. We'll see.
Yeah. I've heard that game's pretty tough on higher difficulties. I haven't played it, so I don't claim to know or anything, but that's what I've heard.
I've got the Uncharted collection. I never got to finish those, so I'll do those. And I got Saints Row 4. I never got to platinum it on PS3, but I did platinum Saints Row 3, so it's not impossible, I'm sure, because their trophy lists are pretty similar.
Gotcha.
No, that's not right. That's not
I
gonna help.
haven't really.
Anyone up for a
You
sniper?
don't,
Still
you
didn't
know,
really get into those games.
you didn't care for it.
No.
I liked it when it got silly.
You know what I realized? I didn't realize I had this, but I apparently own Sleeping Dogs on Steam.
Do you?
Didn't know that. Yeah. I have like 268
Sleeping Dogs is a great game.
or 270 Steam games. Like it's kind of ridiculous how many Steam games I have. But it's mainly because of sales, because you buy shit for like $2, and then also like Humble Bundle exists.
Extra muscle.
So you buy like a Humble Bundle for like $5, and you're getting like 10 games, and then you're just like, oh, I'm never gonna play all these fucking games, and then you just have them.
Sleeping Dogs is a great game. I platinumed that again.
Yeah, that was probably the only one of those games that I really enjoyed. Like one of any of those like third-person city crimey games. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about that game specifically.
Because I've been trying to get you.
You know what I think it was actually? I think it's the writing. It just felt more like down to earth than GTA. I can appreciate the satire of GTA, but like I just don't really like the writing. It seems. I think that's my issue. I don't know. 'Cause they also play they play fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with the game, like how it functions.
I love
like-
GTA. It's one of my favorites, and that's why
It's the
I
same
like.
with-
That's why I have Vice City and San Andreas and 3 on my list of games to try to platinum, because I've never platinumed a GTA game and I'd like to try, because these seem not impossible.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
So
Did you hear about all the hullabaloo about the Fallout Season Pass or whatever? Although I don't know if it's a lot of hullabaloo, because I think it's fine. It's whatever.
is there a problem? Oh,
I guess.
wait, didn't they raise the price? Or they're going to raise the price?
To, but here's the thing, so they're releasing 3 expansions in the next 3 months. So one of them is like 2 of them are like smaller story, like a couple of quests, but then they also add a few new mechanics. And then there's one like really big one in May, I think it is, like a big expansion with a big map and like a big quest line and stuff. And you're gonna get all that, and then they said they're gonna release more. Like they want to release more, but $30 is too it's too low for what they're gonna charge now. So they're saying, hey, if you buy the season pass for the $30 before March 1st, like you'll get all 3 of those expansions and anything else we release. But we're gonna raise the price. March
So you
1st
might want to do it now.
Yeah. And I was like, you know, I might do it, because I still really like that game. I need to go back to it. I was playing it for like a good week, and then I got really, you know, I was doing Destiny stuff. But like, I haven't been playing as much Destiny lately, because there's just fucking nothing happening. And it's like, okay.
Adam, speaking of games that nobody is playing, Adam is really bugging me a little bit.
Why?
Because, okay, look, this, first of all, I'll preface this by saying, like, I don't have a right to be angry or bothered. I'm not angry. I'm not angry at all. But I'm a little bothered by the fact that we've told him a million times, like, you know what's amazing is Uncharted. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm excited to play it. And
Still hasn't bought it.
no, he got the Uncharted bundle. And he hasn't played it. He doesn't get that much time to play.
It's because he's upset. He's fucking upset. Dude, he loves Fallout. He's obsessed with it.
I know he's
Like,
obsessed with Fallout.
I think he's still playing it. I think that's the thing.
He
Like,
is.
picked the
I saw
wrong-
him last night. And I saw him online last night. He's playing Fallout, and I'm like, you don't get that much time. I know that you love Fallout, but play some Uncharted. Like, it's easy to get through.
Yeah, but
You'll
at least
blaze
Uncharted.
through it.
Here's the thing: Uncharted's not going anywhere, right? It's not going anywhere. He'll be fine. Like, I'm a firm believer that you should play what you feel like playing. Like, I don't want to play stuff because I feel obligated, which is partially why I have been kind of walking away from Destiny just a little bit. Like, not playing it as much, because I was playing it every fucking day for like 4 months. And I've done basically everything except go to the Lighthouse in Trials of Osiris, which is really hard to do, so I haven't really been making giant attempts at it. But, like, if he wants to play Fallout, more power to him, because that game has a fuckload of stuff to do. And there's more coming. I'm curious if he is going to buy the Season Pass, because I might do it just because if they are really going to add more shit, you know, I might as well just get it now, and then I have all the shit, because, like, the 2 expansions, the one expansion that's coming out this month and next month are $10 each, and then the one coming out that's big is $25. So already, like, you might as well just pay the $30, you know?
Right.
We've had this discussion on Xbox Best Friends about season passes. Like, we're not necessarily opposed to them, but you have to show us what we're gonna get, and it has to be, like, substantial enough, and I also have to like the game, and I think I've hit all those marks with Fallout, so I basically will probably just go ahead and buy the season pass, because it's already, even with those 3, which I all kind of want to play, they all sound really fun. I was like, you know what? If I even just buy the season pass just for those 3, I'm already saving money.
I was interested that one is apparently set in Maine. I was like, that's an interesting locale.
I think so, yeah. I think the big one is set in Maine. It's like a whole, because they created a different map for it.
That's neat.
But it's like same character and everything. You just go to the place. Like they did that in Fallout 3. They had they had an expansion in Fallout 3. I can't remember the name of it, but you go to Chicago. And you have to ride the train and stuff to Chicago. But like Chicago had been turned into this basically mining facility where slavers were kidnapping people and making like forced laboring that like to mine and refine metals and shit to sell, and you basically get kidnapped, and then you have to like fight in this gladiator pit. It was a really good expansion. It was cool. But yeah, you went to Chicago. There's another one where you went to like some swampland area. Yeah, some of the Fallout expansions were the Fallout 3 ones at least were really good. There's like one which, oddly enough, the one that sounded the coolest, the one where you get abducted by aliens, was the shittiest one. But
from what I could tell, it seems like Fallout 4 and Fallout 3 are pretty different.
They are. Fallout 3, I mean, there's a lot of its DNA is in there. It's just Fallout 4 has a lot of different mechanics.
Which made me think, maybe I should give it a shot sometime.
You might like it more. It's different.
I remember...
It's still the same gameplay.
I remember you hyping me up for 3 when it came out. I bought it day 1. I reserved it. I bought it day 1. And then within a couple of days, I was like, I don't really like this. This isn't for me.
I'll be the first to say that I don't give a shit about like the Fallout 4 story. I don't think it's all that interesting. However, there is a character who's like an android named Nick Valentine, who I think you will fucking adore. He's basically, and Adam loves him. He's basically an android Private Eye, and
that's
he
pretty
runs
rad.
his own like, yeah, he's pretty, and he has that voice, like that like Private Eye voice. And, like, I guess one of the expansions is that he gets, like, a scoop on something, and then you get to go...
What a scoop!
Yeah. He's, like, a main character in the plot, and he, like, will follow you around and shit. Although, the thing is, like, because you can have one companion at a time, and your dog counts as a companion, and I'm like, I'm not giving up my fucking dog. I'm sorry. My dog is my shit, alright? So, I'm sorry, Nick Valentine, as cool as you are, it's my fucking dog.
I don't know, man. Like, I love dogs too, but...
Yeah, but it's my dog.
I love my dog.
It's...
I don't know.
His name is Dog, and he has a bandana, so you can fuck up. You can dress up your dog. It's cool.
I dressed up Dee Dee. Dee Dee. See?
She's like, yeah, Dee Dee.
She's like, Dee Dee. We're all Big Boss. Spoilers. I mean,
maybe it's simpler than that. Maybe we're all just Big Boss.
oh, it was.
I did watch the ending for that game, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, it does make sense in the larger context of the world. Right?
Okay, the thing is,
but I'm like, whatever.
The thing is, that was a 30-year-old question that no one asked. Kojima.
So it's like, yeah, it's like where did Darth Vader come from? It's the same idea.
Kojima was like, I bet people have always been wondering why. Spoilers if you've never finished it, but by now you must have heard.
I mean, if you care that much, you'd have finished it by now.
If my friend David is watching, because he's gonna get it, because he finally got his PS4 in, and he was like, I'm too big of a fan of Metal Gear Solid, and I am not going to play it on PS3. I'm not gonna.
Good. Yeah, as well you should not.
I was like, it's a good game. I just don't think the ending was very strong. Now, if David's listening, then shut it off, because I don't want you to get spoiled, no matter how I feel about the ending. But basically, Kojima was like, I bet people have always been wondering why Big Boss was also the final boss in Metal Gear 2. And I'm like, no, we weren't. No one was concerned. They were just like, oh, it's Big Boss again. Right on. Guess we'll be back for the final battle again.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we didn't care. We just kind of accepted it. There was just no. I don't know.
It's funny. I like Metal Gear, but I've noticed I only like certain games, or at least I like the ones that can kind of stand on their own. I don't really like the ones that tie into each other. Like Metal Gear 2 or Solid 2, I should say, is fine. I don't think it's a bad game. It's not my favorite. I know it's like some people's favorites, but it's like whatever to me. 4 I do not like, actively do not like.
I love 4.
3 is my favorite one. Peace Walker is my favorite story, but not my favorite game.
But 4 does. I love 4, but 4 does lean heavily on the others. But that's because it's the end.
Yeah.
So.
I don't like the villain enemies. I didn't really care for the story.
I didn't care about the Beauty and the Beast unit, but I did, and I didn't care about Drebin prattling on and on after each boss battle, being like, let me tell you the history about this little girl that you just killed. Like, I don't care. You just had 2 sticks of cheese. Eat your bread. Okay, thank you. I didn't care, but I did love the tense moments between Snake and Ocelot. I think that, you know, his death when he turns him and goes, "You're pretty good," was fucking perfect.
Drebin, you're pretty good.
Drebin. Yeah. I always get chills. I always get chills when he screams for Ocelot after, you know, he gets his face burned. He's like, Ocelot! I'm like, oh man, that's so powerful. Yeah. But Drebin. Yeah. You know, I think it's a great game. I think 3 is a great game. I like 2. I don't think it's the best. I think it's just got a lot. There's a lot going on in that game that is not juggled well.
The ending of 2 was annoyingly long. Like,
it's not juggled. I wouldn't say it's juggled well. All the stuff that's going on in there.
It's annoyingly long. Like, it's 2.5 hours just sitting there, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I remember I remember the first time sitting there, just like, what fucking time is it? Holy shit! I've been sitting here for a really long time. My kid is like reading a book to Winnie the Pooh, and I'm like, okay.
It's kind of adorable, actually.
Isn't it? Well, she's not technically reading it. She's just saying, "Here you go." I'm like,
"Here you go."
Oh, okay, he can't read it to you, so.
She's like, "If you won't be my father, then he will."
Like, well, that's kind of dark.
But
yeah,
Metal
I do
Gear
love it.
5, while I was like kind of into the story, I thought it was interesting. Although quiet just pissed me off.
I still don't think that it was necessary for her to be dressed that way.
Nope.
As soon as she had
But
as soon as she had an outfit that covered her body, I switched her to it. So.
yeah, she looked fucking awesome the first time you see her.
And you unlock that outfit. So I dressed her in
Like, that should have just been her outfit. Like, period.
And I was
You know
like,
what I mean?
like Kojima was like, you guys are gonna feel ashamed when
Titillated as fuck.
you guys are gonna feel ashamed for your words when you for complaining about this because there is a good reason. And I'm like, and then we got
She's
to the
not
reason.
a real person.
We got to the reason, and I was like,
Puns just aren't cool anymore.
it's not a. That's not a very good reason, honestly.
Well, she's also not a real person. You fucking made her up.
Yeah, like
You
you
gave her
could
the
have.
skin condition.
You could have put her in some clothes. All right.
If this was a real, like, disease, be like, alright, I can kind of see that, but, like, you made this shit up. Like, that's the problem. Like, it's like you made... That's why I think people take such issue with, like, the sexualization of game characters. It's like, you fucking made this up. Like, you're not fooling anyone. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not like this person actually exists and you can feel some sort of plight for their skin condition. It's like, no, this is someone you created and you did this on purpose. Like, it's obvious. It's like when the guy, like, I don't remember who said it, but somebody at 343 was saying, like, why Cortana's, like, always naked. And they said, oh, you want her to, like, hold your attention? I'm like, oh yeah, because the glowing purple woman doesn't hold my attention
Right.
when she's on screen. Or it also insinuates that, like, she's not interesting enough as a character to hold my attention. You have to,
It's kind of like
make it.
it's kind of like a
really
long
stupid.
it's kind of like a long time ago when what was it? Ryan Clements, when he worked at IGN, he interviewed a guy at Team Eco and was like, hey, you know, you've got Eco and you've got Wander, and I just think it would be interesting. Have you ever thought about making the female protagonist? And they were like, well, a female wouldn't move very well in her dress. It's like, well, a female doesn't have to wear a dress. And he was basically like, haha, don't be silly. Of course they have to wear a dress.
Yeah. Which is funny, because, like, there's tons of examples in other games. Like, you know, we've got Lightning, we've got half the characters in the Tales games.
Ellie,
We've got, yeah. There are a lot of,
Elena Fisher,
ladies not wearing dresses. It's like, especially in just
the beautiful and
Japanese
talented
games.
Elena Fisher.
Beautiful and talented Elena Fisher.
They call me the spinner.
They called her the, no, there
They
was
called
somebody else called the
they called her the spinner.
Yeah, he wasn't the spinner. That'd be crazy.
That'd be fucking that's a party trick, all right.
He's imagine her legs open and he's just like spinning like a.
He's like rotating like a fucking.
he's like prone also. He's just like spinning at like a really high speed, not like a speed that like a man could probably spin, like a desk fan speed. And when she talks, it's like that like sound because it's going through him.
Did I tell you that I went through all that Star Wars footage and came up with a 20-minute video? I think I did, because I mentioned that, like, quarter of it is you and Alan arguing about grammar.
Oh yeah, you told me. Yeah, you told me about that.
One of my favorite parts of that video is when we're talking about the Revenant and the bear rape, and he says, my mom asked me that question too, if there was any bear rape, and you mimicked his mother by saying, does a bear rape a man? And like,
does a bear rape a man?
that made me laugh so hard. So like every once in a while, like, does a bear rape a man? It's just amazing to like think about like, yeah, Owl, about Alan's mother, who I've known for almost 10 years, sweet and kind and just pretty much the sweetest person that you'll ever meet. To turn to her son and say, Alan, is there any bear rape in this movie?
Rape a man?
Does a bear rape a man?
Hey, who put out
It just makes me laugh so much. It's a really good video, right? I've shown it around to a lot of people, and listeners can look forward to it next week. This week was a Vice City week.
I still think it's funny that the teacher got schooled on repetitive versus redundant.
Yeah, I think that, I guess, based on the curriculum, I think what he was trying to say, I don't know, because I was kind of skipping through for the best parts of the argument, but I was like, but I think what he was trying to say was in his curriculum, since they're small children, they don't bother to be like, to get into the difference. They're like, it's similar, but not quite. So, I don't know.
Still wrong. You teach those kids correctly. God damn it.
Well, I mean, us looking that shit
I know
up...
you're not getting into the finer points of sentence structure or anything when they're in, like, 3rd grade, but I'm just saying...
Graphing sentences and whatnot.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I'm a senior in college and I still run across people that can't write a fucking sentence. How is this possible?
Well, you know, I mean...
it's shocking! It is
The
shocking.
internet destroys our grammar. You notice that?
I guess, like, no one knows how to write, like, but even so, like, it's like they wrote it and then they didn't read it back to themselves to make sure it made any sense. Like,
yeah.
I've graded people's papers before and I look at it and I just write a big question mark over a sentence, like, what?
Are you
I
saying...
have no fucking clue. I have no clue what you're trying to convey. Like, I'm sorry. I have no idea.
I'm a little confused as to what I'm doing in this level, honestly.
Oh, I almost entered rest mode. I didn't want to do that.
What am I doing? What's going on?
I would have just left.
I would have been like, well, that's party chat.
Yeah, that wasn't what I was trying to do. I was trying to get out of Destiny, but like usually when I'm leaving Destiny, I'm like done.
You're
So
like, I am.
Oh yeah,
I'm turning it off now.
Enter rest mode, and then I went, wait, no. Probably gonna run around the witness a little bit. I haven't done that in a while.
So, but wait, okay. Let me get back to what I was originally thinking about. Was you're getting The Division.
Yeah.
You didn't like it.
$5.
Oh, you got it for $5.
I told you that. Because I sold all my donut
Oh, that's right,
items
that's right.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah, I actually didn't even sell all of them. I sold like 100-something items on sale.
You didn't care much for it, though. So did you decide?
But,
oh, well, I'll give it another chance with the full game since I got $5, or?
Sure, yeah, but here's the thing, like, it's something to play with friends, and I'm like, and lots of people I know are
not with this friend over here. I see.
Well, you're not getting it, are you?
Well, I wanted to get it on PS4, but only if enough people were gonna get it.
Yeah, well, I think a bunch of the kind of funny people are getting it.
I still don't really know exactly what I want, if I like it. It's much smaller than I thought it was gonna be, and I don't know.
Right.
I need to see some reviews and whatnot. I think. Okay, I got my flow.
Now, mine.
Dude, I cannot.
She's like cheering for me because she's watching and being like, oh, that's awesome. You got that guy. That's good. That's a good job.
You got that. But...
You got that piece of shit. Good job. Good job. That guy's probably dead. Long time. Long time.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. A long time.
I have. You can also look forward to a different Lego Marvel video. Because I did one with Elaine, and I did some Street Fighter V with Alan.
Oh,
so,
he bought it, huh?
Yeah, he
I wonder
bought
if
it.
he's disappointed, because I'm hearing a lot of backlash about that game.
I mean, Street Fighter to me, I'm no good at it, and I'm never gonna be good at it, so...
Yeah. I got pretty good at it for a little while, like when vanilla Street Fighter 4 was out, and we were all playing it. I was playing it like every day, and I put like maybe 200-something hours into it. I feel like I got pretty good at it then, but... Yeah, I mean, as of now, yeah, I wouldn't say I'm good at it now, but...
Yeah. I only did a little bit. As far as fighting games, I'm not good at any fighting games, honestly, but as far as fighting games that interest me, like with their story, their backstories and whatnot, it's Soul Calibur's the one that's most interesting to me.
Yeah, but it hasn't been good in like so long.
It hasn't been good, but the story is what's interesting to me. Like, I'm not good at fighting games, but I do like the story.
Yeah.
So, like, I'll browse the Soul Calibur wiki all the time. Just like, tell me more about Siegfried. What's his story?
Those stories used to be entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the games were entertaining for a while, but they kind of lost their way. I think.
Right.
They're not like they haven't been good in a while.
Have some of this.
Yeah, I wonder if. Oh, are you pooping? Well, fortunately, we're almost done. You pooped there? Specifically there? Is that right? Okay.
She's like, I knew her. I was there.
I was there when I pooped. You know,
I was there when Kennedy was shot. I pooped.
She might be being honest. She might also be lying because she's been known to do that. Been like, I pooped, and be like, let me check. No, you didn't. You fucking liar. How dare you? How dare you try to? How dare you try to get me out of my comfortable chair? You know I hate standing up. So you're gonna...
Man, I'm actually solving some puzzles. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're playing The Witness again?
Yeah. I'm at this point where, like, some of these puzzles, I'm like, I don't fucking know! But... And I found a spot where I'm, like, figuring stuff out. But yeah, I was playing Destiny with Scatter from the Kind of Funny clan, and he was telling me that he's been playing also, and then he like mind fucked me with this one thing. He was like saying, oh yeah, you have to like look through the glass at this one part or something to see like what the real colors are or something. I was like, what the fuck, are you serious? He's like, yep. Oh shit. Oh!
You're like, oh no!
Try to fucking trick me! Almost called him Nolan North. I was like, it's not his name.
Nope.
Jonathan Blow.
Jonathan Blow. Man, I remember Braid. That was a weird game. It was a good game though.
I love it. I fucking love Braid. The message of Braid is timeless and incredible.
Your mind is a blank page, Juggernaut. Now I
Like
shall
no,
write on it.
no more 9/11s.
It wasn't about 9/11.
I know it was like about the atomic bomb, wasn't it?
No. It was about relationships.
Letting go.
My head so dummy.
Well, it asked a very specific question. Like,
There were.
are we who we are now, or are we who we, like, it's like, are we who we are now, or do our past actions, like, define us, basically? It's very interesting. Whoa, this paper's got all melted and shit. This is weird.
I did think that the ending was done very well.
Well, yeah, that's like the ending. It's like,
Well, I mean, with the
are we that, or...
yeah,
God damn
these guys aren't gonna stop.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you know, are you gonna eat that
it.
bread?
Know it.
You gonna eat that bread at all? No thanks. Got that out for you. You were crying for it. Why do you do this to me? Why
Crying
do
for
you?
that Wonder Bread. You betray me.
No, it's a roll. We had hot dogs yesterday, and they were delicious. Hot dog.
I don't
Hot
even
dog.
remember what I ate for dinner yesterday. Oh, I had
Hot dog.
Taco Bell.
I love a good hot dog.
I've discovered that
What does that even mean?
I like Taco Bell, and it doesn't make me feel crappy on one condition.
Magneto
I
got
have
away.
to eat off the Fresco menu.
The Fresco menu.
Do you know what that is?
No.
So, when you ask for something frescoed at Taco Bell, what they basically do is they'll take, you can order anything. So I ordered like a Crunch Wrap or whatever, and then I just said like, hey, I want, they basically take the cheese and the sour cream out, and they replace it with pico de gallo. And surprisingly, it cuts out like a shitload of calories. And so I get like a Crunch Wrap and a taco, and I'll do that, and then I just get like a Diet Coke, and the whole meal's like actually not that much. It's like 500, 600 calories. And I don't hate myself after eating it or feel like I need to. I'm like, oh, all right, this is fine. I don't know, it's interesting.
I usually just get a chicken quesadilla. I am eating. I'm eating this bread you won't eat.
I don't know if you can fresco the fucking chicken quesadilla.
Thanks for sending Agent Coulson.
Anyhow, it's actually been about an hour, so
Besides, I can expense it.
all right.
There's something else I need you to help me with.
This was a good talk.
It's finally time for Operation Latveria.
This has been Party Chat. If you want to follow us on Twitter, I'm Mattman07. I am eating. Thank you. Josh is the Jawa Josh.
Yep.
Can I have one piece at a time?
She's like, keep eating. I want to watch you.
My goodness. Can I have one piece at a time?
Are you going to tell them, sir?
One thread at a time.
Josh is the Jawa Josh. On PSN, we are Mattman310, and okay. Pac Punk, that's PACPONK. Barba does not have a PSN because he doesn't play video games.
I'll shed you in a minute.
Wait. I think I get it.
Yikes!
But if you want to find me,
Mind fucked.
if you're not a part of this trophy war,
How are you planning on getting us there?
you can find me on Twitch, Mattman0130. Please don't throw bread in your playpen. That's not part of the name. Just Mattman0130. Nope. Mattman0310.
Fantastic car should get you there quickly enough.
And you can watch and be like, oh hey, look at that big black box in the corner. He must have gotten a trophy. Good job. He's one step closer to probably not winning this trophy war. exactly. So, with that being said, this has been Party Chat. Thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
See you later.